Barb and Tony in Hawaii, Part 3. Vacation to the Outer Islands, Sunday, October the 18th, 1970. Just after taking off from Honolulu Airport by jet, we are over the city of Honolulu. Looking down, we see the Punch Bowl Crater, National Cemetery of the Pacific. Next in view, the State Capitol building of Hawaii. Below us now, the Ala Moana Shopping Center, the second largest in the world. The Kilauea Canal separating Honolulu from Waikiki, and the Yacht Harbor, adjacent to the Ilaka Hotel. The Hilton Hawaiian Village, Fort Jerusi, the R&R Center, and other lavish hotels making up Waikiki. A good aerial view of Diamond Head Crater, one of the most noted landmarks of the islands. The rugged outer walls appear as a diamond when one is approaching the island, a welcome sight to visitors and kamahainas alike. Appearing in sight now, our vacation island, the volcano island of Hawaii, called the Big Island and also the Orchid Isle, largest of all the islands and known for its beautiful tropical flowers. At a distance of 200 miles from Oahu, but only a short flight by jet. Two mountains make up the major portion of this island, Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea. From the very ocean floor, nearly 30,000 feet to its peak, Mauna Loa to the right is considered to be the largest mountain in the world. Both Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea reach approximately 13,000 feet above sea level. Snow falls on the peaks of these mountains in what is considered winter season from October to March. In this season, the lower slopes of the mountains are plagued by an almost constant misty rain. Although known primarily for the many varieties of tropical flowers which grow so abundantly here, the Big Island also grows sugarcane, pineapple, and coffee beans. We will be landing shortly in Hilo.
On behalf of Hawaiian Airlines and your entire flight crew, we'd like to thank you all very much for flying with us. It certainly has been a pleasure serving. Until we meet again on another Italic flight, we'd like to bid you all a very fondest aloha. Do have a pleasant stay. And mahalo and thank you for flying Hawaii.
After being met along with other guests at the airport, we had a 45-minute drive by military bus up the gentle slopes to an elevation of 4,000 feet, where we turned off into the Hawaii Volcano National Park, and shortly thereafter arriving here at Kilauea Military Camp. This beautiful setting is our vacation site, nestled at the base of Mauna Loa and only a few hundred yards from the rim of the volcano Kilauea.
Being assigned a cabin to the rear, we hurriedly unpacked and came outside for a breath of fresh, cool air. The temperature here is cooler than what we had been used to, so we found warmer clothes and light jackets comfortable.
Monday morning finds us driving down the mountain along the coast through Hilo till we reach Akaka Falls State Park. Making our way through the tropical vegetation, we come to first Waimalo Falls, where Barbara gets ready to snap some pictures. A lovely falls, and the sun is just right for the shot.
Here in an unspoiled natural setting is Akaka Falls. The water drops 420 feet from a jagged cliff into a large pool below. Akaka means clear water. It is said to be silver in the sunlight and silvery blue at dusk.
Making our way back through the dense foliage to the bus, we head back along the coast till we reach a park where the camp personnel have brought food to prepare for our lunch. This is a naturally beautiful picnic area, seen by the crystal waters of the river and Mauna Loa in the background. After lunch, we are taken to Liliokolani Gardens.
This is a lovely and authentic Japanese tea garden, named for Hawaii's last queen. Here I find myself amidst some of the lovely vegetation growing in the garden. After being told to move around because we were taking movies, I decided to go over to a pond and splash a little water. I might even go for a swim.
Only a short walk from the gardens, we come to the bridge which takes us to Coconut Island, a scenic spot in the midst of Hilo Bay. The name for the island arises from the abundant coconut trees seen here, a favorite picnic spot for many islanders. The famed Naniloa Hotel overlooking Hilo Bay.
Riding a short distance, we come to Kong's Florale Gardens, where he features over 100 varieties of tropical plants. Here is the hibiscus, one of my favorites. The glossiness makes them appear almost artificial. The beauty of these red and white orchids is almost breathtaking.
The rare hula flower. No, this is Barbara in the grass skirt doing the hula. The grass shack and hula skirt were provided along the way for photographers.
The bird of paradise, with wings spread and ready to soar into the sunset, a beautiful flower.
After the day's tour, we returned to KMC, tired and hungry. And ready to serve us with supper, here is the cafeteria, where we dine to fabulous meals.
The National Park Guide.
Setting off on foot for Tuesday's tour in a misty wind-blown rain, our guide leads us from KMC to a trail that leads down to the floor of the volcano Kilauea. For convenience, we have spliced in a shot taken later from an overlook. We will be hiking down from the rim to the left to the floor of the crater Kilauea for a walk across the floor, reaching the crater within a crater, Halemaumau, bellowing with smoke of sulfur gases, the home of Pele, goddess of volcanoes. Returning to the trail, nearing the floor of the crater. On the floor of the crater, and we will be walking over cool lava of many eruptions past. Lava can be seen smoking. This occurs when rainwater seeps down and contacts hot material. A fine time to learn that this volcano is considered to be the most active in the world. I would like to qualify that statement by saying that this entire mountain we are on is considered to be the volcano Kilauea, and most recent eruptions occur along what is called rift zones in the lower areas of the mountain. This is merely where lava has drained underground to lower areas and flows out onto the surface, and in many cases down the side of the mountain. We are now in the summit crater, as this is the top of the volcano, and we are proceeding to the crater within a crater, Halemaumau, where most summit eruptions occur, the most recent being 1955. Only one known fatality has resulted from volcanic activity of the volcano in the past. Looking toward the rim of the crater gives us some idea as to the magnitude of this crater. Above the rim of the crater can be seen Mauna Loa. Nearing Halemaumau, we can see the sulfur gases rising from the crater. At the rim of the crater, we can look down into the fire pit as sulfur gases bellow up all around us. Most volcanic outbreaks of the summit crater occur here, since it is directly over the main feed pipe of the volcano. Halemaumau is known as House of Pele, the volcano goddess. The present dimensions of Halemaumau are 3,400 feet across in an east-west direction and 3,200 feet in the north-south direction. Halemaumau was active most of the time from 1823 to 1924, overrunning its rim from time to time, depth of 165 feet below the rim where it is now. Taking a close-up look of the floor of the crater, we can see sulfur banks formed from the sulfur vapors rising from below the surface.
Preparing to get on the bus that takes us to various scenic locations. Here we arrive at Devastation Trail. Cinders from previous eruptions have covered the earth here. All of the living trees and plants and vegetation had been devastated. A great deal of this area had been covered with a platform to walk on. It would be hazardous to step off of this platform. As you can see, some of the vegetation has started to grow once again. Our bus now brings us to the Crater Rim Road. As you can see, the lava from the volcano has flowed over the road. Needless to say, at this point, it is impossible to keep the Crater Rim Road open. They allowed us to walk down close to the lava, which has flowed over the road. A few hundred yards above us, the lava would be hot, and as you can see, the lava is smoking with sulfur gases. Volcanic fumes in this area may be hazardous to persons with heart or respiratory disorders. We will look back and reflect on our visit here. We saw many awesome and spectacular sights, a beautiful place to visit, and memories we will never forget.